So it's been 3 weeks since I first got my hands on the Galaxy S25 Ultra, and in that time I've been really enjoying the device so far with the help from some accessories that go alongside this phone really well. So in this video I want to share with you some of the best I've come across so far, and they can be broken down into 5 categories between screen protection, chargers, cases, gaming controllers, and stands. So I'll have timestamps included for everything, and everything shown in the video is available on Amazon, so I'll have links to it all down in the description. So starting with screen protection, I would normally recommend a tempered glass screen protector, but considering those will take away the anti-reflectivity found on the Ultra's screen out of the box, in addition to the glass on this being pretty durable as it is, I'd recommend simply getting Samsung's official anti-reflective film. This will give you some peace of mind and protection from everyday wear and tear, and most importantly, maintain your anti-reflective screen, which has been a game-changing aspect on this phone for me, and a lot of other recently released products also featuring it. This film is also available for the base S25 and S25 Plus if you have one of those phones and were wanting the nice anti-reflective capability of the Ultra. Now, when it comes to charging, I love being able to charge the Ultra at its maximum speeds with a small and portable power brick, in addition to having a couple solid power bank options. So depending on your needs, I have 3 different chargers to recommend. The first of those being this tiny charging block from Anker that's able to give you Samsung's super fast charging 2.0 or 45 watts. Now, a nice update this year with the S25 Ultra is that you can achieve this alongside the cable that comes in the box with your phone, whereas in the past you had to buy a specific charging cable in addition to this charging brick to get the fastest charging speeds. So it makes it even more of a no-brainer to pick one of these up. I've ended up buying a few of these myself since they are so portable and pack really easily for trips, and I've never experienced overheating or buzzing sounds or anything from these. They are simply good chargers that work well for a reasonable price, so if you don't have a 45-watt charger yet for your Ultra, then this is definitely a good option. And on the power bank side of things, I'd also take a look at Samsung's 10,000 milliamp hour power bank that supports Samsung's 25-watt super fast charging. The one I have here is an older model that has been holding up well over the years. Samsung now makes a version that is more affordable and positively reviewed, and its offerings are exactly the same. 2 Type-C ports and a wireless charger on top, and most importantly, I simply like the fact that this official Samsung option is providing the super fast charging standard, even if it isn't the fastest 45 watts. And if you're more into wireless charging and want to take advantage of the S25 Ultra's new Qi 2 ready standard, then take a look at the Anker MagGo power bank, as this one meets the Qi 2 wireless charging standard and therefore is going to push the fastest and most efficient charging to this Ultra at 15 watts. There is a display on the side which will tell you your power bank's battery remaining and phone charging time remaining, which feels a lot more useful and intuitive than just having dots like on a lot of other power banks. And the metal stand built into the back is also a nice touch. It can charge any device with its Type-C port at 15 watts, and it can charge back up at 20 watts, so decent enough. The only caveat with this one is that you are going to need a Qi 2 certified case to get the best functionality of this, so only consider this if you are going to get a proper case to go along with your S25 Ultra. So now let's switch to cases, since there's a little extra to consider this year with whether or not you want to get something with the magnetic ring to take advantage of Qi 2 wireless charging standards, or a case without it to save on some weight and thickness, since the S25 Ultra is already a device that's on the thicker and heavier side. So starting with Samsung's official options, as I checked all of these out in a separate video, and my favorite of the lot on all 3 S25s this year is the Kindsuit Case. This one has a premium leather-like feel in the hand, is lightweight, so helps to not make a bulky phone all that much bulkier, and it's seemingly protective enough with more than sufficient lips on the sides to protect your phone on the table, which can't be said as confidently for some of Samsung's other official options. A couple caveats to this one is that it is a little slippery feeling in the hand. It doesn't offer the same grip as real leather cases would, or any of your standard plastic cases, which can be a lot grippier. And this one doesn't have the magnetic ring built in, which is the case for a lot of Samsung's official options, surprisingly, whereas other case companies are offering lots of different options with the magnetic ring built in. One of those being Spigen, who's the sponsor of this video, to show off their case lineup for the S25 Ultra, with many noteworthy options that won't break the bank while still offering great protection and peace of mind, a good feel in the hand, and official Qi 2 compatibility. So you're able to get those fastest and most efficient charging speeds out of Qi 2 certified wireless chargers like the power bank I showed earlier. These cases provide a solid feel and connection for even this beefy power bank, and of course compatibility with other MagFit compatible accessories which Spigen offers, such as these wallets that were specifically designed for this S25 Ultra to not get in the way of your cameras. They securely hold up to 3 cards, and this MagFit Plus version has an additional magnetic ring on it to add even more attachments, such as this O-Mag ring with a fully adjustable metal ring that can stand your phone up well enough to the point that you can write with your S Pen on the phone propped up in portrait orientation. So be sure to check out all of Spigen's case options and accessories for the S25 Ultra on Amazon. Now, gaming has been very enjoyable for me on this S25 Ultra with the 6.9-inch screen, super slim bezels, more powerful processor, and its slightly lighter weight, which is noticeable for me when attaching a gaming controller to this. So I'm super excited to share with you 3 solid options at different sizes after many years of using average controllers. We now have some very good options on the market, starting with this Backbone Type-C controller. Even though it's on the smaller side, it offers everything any other mobile controller would, with a headphone jack and charging port that stay out of the way while gaming, joysticks that match what you'd find on a Nintendo Switch Joy-Con, and as comfortable of a feel as you can get with this size of controller. It is half the weight and far more portable than the other options I'm about to show you, so it's the best small option I can recommend, even though it does have a steep retail price. Now, what I think is one of the best all-around mobile controller options for a lot of devices, this S25 Ultra included, which complements the size of it very nicely, is the Gamesir G8. This is by far the most versatile Type-C controller I've used, with the flexible port to help your phone fit even if you have a thinner case installed on your phone. The grips on this controller feel near to the size of a console, so you get that console-like feel, and the best thing about it is that you don't get nearly any hand fatigue thanks to this larger size. The buttons on this one are quieter, unlike the clicky buttons found on the other 2 controllers I'm showing in this video, and I love that you can easily swap out the joysticks on this with a few other different options included in the box. So I swapped mine out with the GameCube style joystick to match the emulated GameCube games I play most of the time on this phone, like Super Mario Strikers. There's some buttons on the back for additional inputs, as well as your headphone jack and charging ports in the middle, so they're away from your hands. I also love that the Ultra cameras do not bump up against this controller at all when in use. Gamesir does offer a Bluetooth version of this controller, however it's designed a little differently, which makes the cameras hit up against it, which I don't like, and it's why I much prefer this Type-C version. This one also isn't cheap, but it has felt like a worthy investment over the year and a half I've used it so far, and it really pairs up nicely with this S25 Ultra. Now, if you don't care about size, portability, or price, then the best option out there right now is this Razer Kishi Ultra. It has been reduced in price a little bit recently, but still commands a premium price tag, but it's arguably worth it as it's the only mobile controller I've ever used that has given me zero hand fatigue, no matter how long I've played for or how hard I'm gripping the controller when playing more intensive games. It feels exactly like using a console controller alongside your phone, and the light strips on the sides do add a nice flair while playing games. I also like that despite its larger size, it is still lightweight, similar to that of the Gamesir G8 controller, and I found myself over time even using this Kishi Ultra as my main controller when playing games on my computer. So it has utility for me even outside of gaming on my phone. It fits small tablets too, so even though it's the most expensive and least portable, it's the one I've used the most and can highly recommend. And closing out this video with a couple stand options, as no matter what device I'm using and reviewing, these have always come in handy to be used in a lot of different environments while also being portable and able to be taken anywhere you go. So Amazon has a lot of these cheaper, smaller stands which do hold this larger S25 Ultra up surprisingly well with not much wobble, and are still made of metal with some softer silicone spots so your phone doesn't get scratched up. However, what I mainly use and what I highly recommend are these larger and sturdier stands from Ringke. I use these every day for holding up my phone, tablet, notepads. There's slots for your cables through the bottom, and overall it's a worthwhile accessory regardless of device you have. But that's some of the best accessories I've come across that pair really well with my S25 Ultra in my first few weeks of use. If there's any accessories you know of that are worth sharing, then definitely help people out in the comments below with your recommendations, and everything will be linked to Amazon in the description. So thanks so much for watching. Take care.